I'm Pastor Aaron Harris, and this video is about 7 middle-class money traps that are designed to keep you broke. In this video, you'll learn how not to get trapped in the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Let's get started. The first middle-class money trap is financial illiteracy. Many people went to college, work hard, make a decent income, but do not have financial literacy. When you have financial literacy, you're able to earn more money, manage your money better, and grow your money faster. When you don't have financial literacy, then people are able to easily take advantage of you and encourage you to invest in things that actually are not a good investment. But because you don't know any better, then it sounds good to you and they sound like they know what they're talking about and it sounds like it's a good investment, but really is going to take a lot of money out of your pocket. So you can't rely on other people to manage your money for you. You have to learn how to manage your money for yourself in order for you to get the best results. The second thing that keeps people trapped in the middle class is not having a financial plan. You have to have a financial vision for where you see yourself in the future. Then you have to have goals, which are checkpoints on the way to reaching your vision. And then you have to have a strategy, a budget that helps you to be able to go and reach your goals. When you don't have a financial plan, then you're making decisions based off of today and the present. You're being reactive instead of proactive, and you're not properly preparing for your future. Another trap of the middle class is student loan debt, meaning people go to school and they take out more student loans than they're able to pay back once they start working. Many people are not able to pay back their student loans once they have their degree and they're working because they did not properly research their degree path and how much money they would make after college. So some people take out $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 worth of student loans and they only make $40,000, $50,000, or $60,000 a year. Some people go and get a degree in a career field that is not beneficial to them financially. Some people go to a school where they can get a prestigious education, but it's expensive, and when they get done with school, they're not able to pay back those loans. And some people go back to school to get more education in a field that will not benefit them financially. So before you go out and take out a ton of student loans, make sure you do the research on the salary of an entry-level position for the job in the career field that you're looking at getting the degree in. One of the biggest middle class traps is paying too much for a car. The average car note for a used car is $500 a month, and the average car note for a new car is $700 a month, and that does not include gas and insurance. And so people are going and spending a ton of their paycheck on transportation because they spent too much money on their car. The purpose of a car is to get you from one place to another place. So some cars are shinier, some have better features, some look a little better, but always be mindful to not get trapped in a cycle where you feel like you're just always gonna have a $500, $600, $700 car note payment and that you're just going to live with that, because that takes away from money that you are able to save and invest. Another middle class trap is buying a home. Now, a home can be a huge blessing or it can be your biggest curse. The reason that a home becomes a middle class trap is because most people go out and they buy the most expensive home that they qualify for. Then most of your resources are tied up in a 30-year home loan, and people find themselves living paycheck to paycheck trying to pay their home note. And then once people have equity in their home and they've been there for a while, a lot of people choose to upgrade their home, meaning that they jump into a new 30-year loan and they are still living paycheck to paycheck because they're barely able to make all of their payment. Instead of your goal being you should buy the nicest, biggest, best home that you should buy, your goal should be that you can buy a home that you can eventually pay off so that you can have that additional source of income, those additional resources to be able to go and spend however you want. Another middle class trap is having a significant amount of debt and paying a lot of money in interest. Interest can easily creep up on you. Let's use a 5% interest rate for an example. Let's say you have a $500,000 loan at 5% interest rate. That means that you're paying $25,000 a year in interest. Then let's say you have $100,000 worth of student loans. That means that you're paying $5,000 a year in interest for that. Let's say you have $50,000 worth of our car loan. That means you're paying $2,500 for that loan. Let's say you have $10,000 in credit card debt. That would be $500 a month in credit card interest, and then totaling that all together, that's $33,000 that you're paying in a year to interest alone. So no matter how much money you're making, it's like you're taking $33,000 after taxes and you're just throwing that money away. That's why in order to get ahead and to get out of the middle class, what you need to do is you need to not lose money to paying interest on loans, but instead you need to gain money through interest that you make from your investments. One of the biggest reasons that people stay trapped in the middle class is because they are not investing enough money. You have many options for investing. Everyone should be investing in their retirement. You can invest in stocks such as index funds or mutual funds. You can invest in property. You can invest in businesses, but no matter what, you should be investing. Many people don't invest because they're too busy spending all the money that they have on their hobbies, on their vacations, on their nice home or their new car, but you should make sure that you're setting yourself up financially where you are investing enough money to take care of what you need in retirement. If you don't have a pension plan, you should be saving at least 10 to 20% of your income each and every month for your retirement. You should be putting that in a 401k, 403b, or a different type of retirement plan for yourself. In addition to retirement, if you want your money to grow exponentially, then what you can do is you can go and start investing in the stock markets. I wouldn't recommend investing in individual funds, but by investing in index funds or mutual funds, which have very low fees, you can get very high rewards. The index funds like the S&P 500 on average have given about 10% return on investments, which means if you put $1,000 in at the end of the year, you'll most likely have $100. The S&P 500, it goes up and down and it fluctuates, but it generally goes up over time at a rate of 10%. And most millionaires became millionaires because of the properties that they own. So you should look at getting a rental property to where you can be able to benefit, one, from the rent that you're able to receive, and then two, from the equity that you're able to get as the property value increases. And if you really want your money to grow exponentially, then what you should do is invest in a business. Now you have to be really careful and do your research. Most businesses fail within 3 to 5 years of opening, and you can lose all that you have. But if you want your money to shoot through the roof and grow exponentially, then a business is the way to go. So I don't want you to get trapped in the middle class. I don't want you to get trapped in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck, which is keeping you broke, and then you're just working to pay your bills. Instead, I want you to get ahead financially. So I want you to avoid these common middle class traps that many people fall into, and they're in this cycle where they can't get out, to the point where they feel like they're drowning and they just have to work to live. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to look at how you can save more money, how you can invest more money, and how you can grow your money exponentially. So if you enjoyed this video, then watch the other videos on my page, which are all about saving, investing, growing your money, and all about financial literacy so that you can get the most out of your money.